128. 128. That's all it takes.
Yeah, that's all it takes.
And what's your excuse?
I haven't found anyone to marry.
Hey beautiful people, how you all doing today? It's your girl Destiny here and welcome back to my channel and another banging video. Okay, how you all doing? Hope you guys are doing fantastic. So this video is an interesting video. Okay, ladies, we need to start doing better. This video, this woman was, people ate her up. Okay, so this video is a video of a woman who took a man that she has been with for 5 years. She has 3 children by this man. She took this man to Walmart and she was showing this man the rings Walmart had and said, you know what? Oh, it's only $128. You can just get this ring and propose to me. Why haven't you? And this man looked her in the face and said, you know what? Because I have not found the person I want to get married. And this woman went ahead and kept pressing and said, you know what? You should. So why? It's just 100. They even have cheaper one, but they also have expensive one that's like 200 something. But so why haven't you proposed to me? And she posted this video, and this video, she was eating up. People were not having it. People were calling her out, like, you know what? Don't do it. This man does not like you and all that. Like, oh, guys, I need you guys to see this video. And after, which I'm just going to break everything down because we're just going to get into the video. And after that, this woman decided to post up and say, you know what? Yeah, it was all a joke. You guys take things so serious. So it's not that serious. I don't really want the ring. No, it's all that. And then eventually said, you know what? He eventually bought the ring and all that. Tell me if that's not a shut up ring. Tell me if that's not a shut up ring. The man just wants us on the internet to hush. And she got a shut up ring anyway. Congratulations. She got a shut up ring. Anyway, guys, let's go check out this video and people's response to the video and the shut up ring video, and then I'll come back and share my own thought. But I want to know what you think about this video down in the comment section. Please go ahead and share your thought, okay? And before we get into this video, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Here on this channel, we have banging conversation. I will post video every single day. You don't want to miss out. So click the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified once we upload videos every single day. So you don't want to miss out on the conversation, okay? So let's go check out the video.
128. 128. That's all it takes.
Yeah, that's all it takes.
And what's your excuse?
I haven't found anyone to marry.
128. Then they're cute. They're cute. And if you want to be more expensive, they're over here. Which I wouldn't want that one either. That's all it takes.
Let me get this straight. This young lady is at Walmart with her man, showing us the engagement rings that Walmart has for like $128. She passed the camera over to him and say, all it takes, like, why haven't you done it? And this man said, because I haven't found anyone to marry. Diabolical. The way I would have left that Walmart fast, the way y'all would have never even known that conversation happened if it was me, because there's no way I would have posted it. But the way I would have left that Walmart so fast, if he was driving, I would have Ubered. If it was my car, you would have figured this shit out. If we live together, I'm moving out. If we never live together, I'm blocking and acting like you have never even been conceived. My grandma used to always say, never let a man tell you he don't want you twice. That was not that man's first time. That was probably his 15,000th time. He tired of asking. He ain't even trying. He ain't even trying to be copacetic with you. He just straight up told you, because I don't want to marry you. Ladies, we got to do better. We got to do better. I know I got commitment issues, so I don't get on here telling y'all when y'all should leave. This is the time to leave.
128. That's all it takes.
Yeah, that's all it takes.
And what's your excuse?
I haven't found anyone to marry.
When I told y'all that being willing to accept a cheap ring isn't going to get you married faster, y'all dragged me to the pits of hell and back. When I said some of y'all are so desperate for marriage, you're willing to accept anything and you still end up with nothing, y'all wanted me to by lightning. I literally had to turn off the comments on that video because y'all weren't ready to hear that. And now you have this woman here who is practically begging for a $128 or less ring, and he's unfazed, unmoved, and unbothered. Y'all are in the comments asking why she won't let it go, why she won't leave, even though he told her to her face that he hasn't found someone to marry, joke or not. And a huge part of why she won't let it go is because she's in 3 kids deep. And this is what happens when you decide to do things in this order. This is what happens when you decide to give these men children before they meet your requirements and standards. If she hadn't had kids with him, it would have been a tad bit easier for her to walk away. But because she has 3, and they always have 3 for some reason, she feels like she's stuck. She feels like she has no choice but to beg for it. And she believes that if she lets him know she's willing to accept a cheap ring, that it'll give him some type of motivation to marry her, when in reality, it's actually doing the opposite. Y'all, I went to her page. She's been begging for this ring for a while. They've been together for over 5 years. She even asked for it last year as a Christmas gift, and he still didn't get it. Wow. She pushed out not 1, not 2, but 3 of his children, and is now begging him to spend $128 or less on a ring, when in reality, he just doesn't want to marry her. She's a placeholder, and when he finally gets tired of looking for her replacement, he'll give her the scraps she's been so patiently waiting for.
So if you've ever wondered exactly how a woman ends up with a shut-up ring, or a ring I'd like to call, here, dang, this is exactly how it happens. The idea that you're begging and pleading, taking this man to the ring case of a department store, showing him how cheap, how low you'll go. $128. You keep saying how little you're okay with settling with. It's not about the cost of the ring. He told you out of his mouth, I haven't found anyone that I want to marry. Then what are y'all still doing there if marriage is what you want? Like, when a man tells you who he is, believe him the first time. He's already made it clear he doesn't want to marry you. So either you're going to stay with him and be unmarried, or you're going to let him go and find a man that will. This is how we break our own hearts. This is how we waste our own time. And that's thinking that we can change a man's mind. The last thing you want is a man that married you out of a sense of obligation. Married you because you guilt tripped him, or manipulated him, or threatened him. You want a man to marry you because he loves you and he cannot see his life without you. He doesn't care how cheap the ring is. He already told you, I don't care if the ring is free. I said I'm not ready to marry you. Now, after hearing what he said, do you believe him now?
So you know that girl who posted the video about the $128 engagement ring in Walmart, and she was kind of trying to persuade her boyfriend to propose to her, and he was like, no, I don't really have anybody want to get married to. She has no idea the favor that man did for her, because there is nothing worse than persuading or pressuring a man to marry you when he really doesn't want to. And I know this because that's exactly how I ended up married. My husband and I were dating for probably about 2 years before we got married. We got married in 2007. And the reason that the idea of marriage really came up for us is because he decided to join the military. And when I realized that he was serious about joining the military, I panicked. I knew this was going to involve us being separated, him being deployed. The truth was, I was afraid to lose him. So I brought up getting married, and he agreed. He didn't propose. He didn't get down on one knee. We just made an agreement to get married. Now, of course, we loved each other. I loved him very much, and I believe that he loved me. But I don't think that he wanted to get married. I think that he kind of went along with it because it's what I wanted, and he wanted me to be happy. And I think he also thought that's what he should do. And it's proven to be a disaster. We're 17 years into this marriage, and it's coming to an end. My husband has always been a reluctant partner in the relationship, and I've been the person that makes all the plans, does all the work. And I think my husband has allowed that to happen because I think in his mind, he felt like, you're the one that wanted to get married, so you should be the one doing all the work, basically. And he's just kind of along for the ride. I don't know why I didn't see the red flags earlier. I didn't really notice his reluctance at the time, and I didn't really notice that he wasn't really all in. It just didn't occur to me. I guess I was so excited and so happy about being married, I just didn't see what was right in front of me. One of the biggest regrets I have is not paying more attention, asking those questions, and realizing that my husband at the time was not all in.
Video of a woman going around. Her and her man are in Walmart, and she's saying you can literally pay $128 for a ring. I will take it right now. But what's the reason why you won't get me one? And this basically said out of his mouth, he said, I ain't find nobody to marry yet. Mind you, I went to the girl page. The bio says mom of 3. You mean to tell me you laid down and had 3 children, knowing you want marriage, right? You know you want marriage. And you laid down and had 3 kids. And y'all probably lives together and all that. So it's like, what's really the point of him marrying you if he, like, you know what I'm saying? Then I went down on her page and I'm assuming she had food on her page, right? So I'm assuming she's cooking all those meals. You cooking, done had 3 kids by this man. Y'all possibly live together. And you begging for a $128 ring and he still said no? You're not the one. And you never were. And you never will be. Or that man just don't want to get married. To nobody. It's either you're not the one or he doesn't want to get married, period. Because ain't no way you standing in Walmart begging for a $128 ring and still said no. Because a lot of people be like, oh, well, rings are expensive. It's $128. You can go to the courthouse, have a little ceremony, sign that paperwork, bam, you in there. And he still said no. You're not the one. Or maybe he feel like he don't gotta marry you because, like I said, he already has you. He has too much. Y'all got to stop laying down having these kids, knowing you want marriage. And I get it. Some men can be manipulative, right? A lot of men be like, oh, well, the first woman that has my baby, I'm gonna marry her. Men do be saying that, right? But please be smarter. Please. Because now she in the comment section talking about, guys, it was just a joke. Y'all take everything online so serious. You wasn't joking. You see them comments, right? And now you trying to backtrack and be like, oh, it was a joke. Like, y'all take everything online so serious. No. Them comments is eating up. You didn't think that video was gonna get that much traction. And people calling you a fool. Now you trying to backtrack. Oh, it was a joke. No, it wasn't. You're lying. Because if she was married, she would have put proud wife and mom in her bio. But it says mom of 3. She's not a wife. And because she made that video, we know she wants to be a wife. Jokes have a lot of truth to them. So even if he was joking, let's say he was joking, right? Low-key, he's not. But anyway.
128. That's all it takes.
Not really all it takes.
And what's your excuse?
I haven't found anyone to marry.
Unfortunately, there's a level even lower than women who get a shut-up ring, and that's women who couldn't even get one. This woman is standing here begging for a $100 ring, and this man says, oh, I haven't found anyone I want to marry. He's telling you, obviously, that he does not want you. But why is he doing that? Because he knows there's no consequence for it. I'm guessing he said the same thing many times before, and you haven't done anything about it. You continue to give him your body, your time, your energy, your effort without him having to invest anything. So why would he even toss you a $100 ring when you don't demand it? The function of a shut-up ring is to shut you up. It's to hush you. He won't even invest money shutting you up if you're not making any noise. Girl, stand up. But this is something I've been wanting to talk about for a while, and it's going to hurt some of y'all's feelings, but I hope it helps you to grow. Okay. Stop blaming love for your stupid decisions, okay? Love has nothing to do with it because this man doesn't even like you, so you cannot ever convince me that you were in love with him. This is nothing but resistance. It could be that somebody, your mother, your friends, anyone, warned you away from this guy, and you don't want them to be right, so you're resisting doing what you know you have to do and breaking up with him. I know a girl like that. She became estranged from her parents all over this high school boyfriend, and she was convinced that she was going to marry this guy and that he really loved her. And because she had invested so much, because she had fallen out with her parents and never spoken to them again over this high school boyfriend, she was convinced she had to make this relationship work. And she tolerated cheating, disrespect, outside children, everything. And he never married her. After a decade and a baby, he left her for somebody else. You cannot invest time, ladies. You can only waste it. If you see things have gone awry and he's not who you thought he was, he's never going to live up to the hype. You need to turn away and chart a new course, okay? Time is a precious resource. It's the only thing on earth we can never get more of. We cannot make more. And I know a lot of you think if you just keep lowering the bar, one day he will reach it. It just shows him how little you respect yourself. It just shows him how much he doesn't have to invest to be with you. Please stop operating off of what you wish men were like and operate off of how they actually are. Men want to be challenged. They want to have to fight for the woman they want to be with. They want to have to invest. They want to go broke. Have you seen that guy on here saying he's going to achieve financial ruin if he's in love? Men enjoy spending money on the women they desire. That's why they lead with money. If he's refusing to spend money on you, telling him he can have you for free or cheap is not making him value you more. He's not saying, oh, she's down. Oh, she's a ride or die. He's saying she's an idiot. And all he's doing is saving the money he's not spending on you to spend on another woman. Or God forbid, taking your money to spend on another woman. Something else I've seen happen repeatedly. While you're telling him we're in this together and let me carry you while you're, finding your way, finding your career, finding your passion, he is taking that money you're giving him and he is paying another woman's bills, the woman he actually does value. But back to this not being love. Some of you all need to work on your self-esteem, because for a man to be able to say this to your face and first of all live is crazy, but that you remain in a relationship and continue to beg him is insane. She doesn't even break pause. She just goes right back to begging him for a ring as soon as he says that. It's like she doesn't hear it. Enough of anything is enough. Ladies, it's okay and sometimes necessary to take an extended pause from the dating game because it is unnatural to be fighting for a man's love. If this is a dynamic you find yourself in often, it probably has nothing to do with the men in question and everything to do with unresolved issues. I've known women who said, oh my goodness, that, up and down, that emotion roller coaster is very similar to the relationships they had with their fathers. And that's why the cycle was so addictive. You might need to go to therapy. You might need to do some journaling and unpack those things before you are ready to have a happy, healthy, successful relationship. Or maybe because of your heritage, maybe you are the daughter of immigrants, maybe you've had to fight for everything in your life. You feel like love is the same and, it's not for real unless you had to work extra hard to get it. That's not how it works. Somebody should be working hard. The man, he should be pursuing you, but you should never be in any doubt about his feeling towards you. But this is why I'm always on you all about deadlines and boundaries. It's not that I'm saying one size fits all, whatever, but it's too easy to say every couple is different and use it as a guise to let men waste your time. Every couple is different, but I don't know of any couple where the man actually wants to be with the woman, where he's making her wait for years on end, where he won't even buy her a $50 piece of jewelry. No. But even if such a thing were possible, is that the relationship you really want? Are you saying every couple is different to justify a relationship that nobody else would want? You deserve so much more than that. And finally, the last thing people are going to say to justify this is, oh, it was a skit. It was just pretend. I wouldn't even want a man who would play like this. No man who loved you and who valued you at all would even agree to do something that would humiliate you like this as a quote joke. That's it. Like and follow from.
Okay, you guys, he did it. He proposed inside of Walmart where we first met. If you didn't know, there you go. He did it. He proposed inside of Walmart where we started.
Dear God, just when I thought I would never see anything sadder than a Diamond Dust Super Bowl ring, where did he get this Cracker Jack ring out of the gumball machine in front of the Walmart? This wasn't even in the selection of rings she showed him that cost $128 or something. But you know who she has to thank for this shut up ring? Not her man, all of you. I keep telling you all, don't give these women attention. They don't come on here looking for advice. They come on here looking for your attention so they can force the man in their life into doing what they want. They show him the millions of views, all the hundreds of thousands of comments saying you deserve better. Oh, he doesn't really love you. And he's forced into a corner. Either he does what she wants or she's proved right. Now, I would bet my soul he's not actually going to go through with the wedding. This is a shut up ring he gave her to get a little piece while he figures out his next move. But it's a waste of time to give these women advice. You've had that coworker or that friend, that acquaintance who came to you over and over with her tales of her sorry boyfriend or husband. What should I do? What would you do if you were in my place? And you give her advice and you spend hours counseling her only for her to take none of the advice, go right back to the man and keep taking the same mistreatment. I was proud of everybody in the original comments who said she's never going to leave. It's been 3 kids. If she was going to leave, she would have left.
Yeah.
So the only reason to continue to blow these videos up is to warn other women, to warn the young girls, don't fall for this trap, okay? It doesn't take a man a decade and a bunch of kids to decide if he wants to be with you or not. It's in and out. He knows right away. And if he's talking slow after you've been together for a year, leave him. If he's not excited to be with you, if he's not excited to propose to you, leave him. Because yes, it is possible to extort a ring from a man like this, but is this what you want your love story to be? A gumball machine ring that you had to force out of him at the point of a TikTok. All of your love, all of your childbearing was not enough. Instead, you had to hold him in front of a crowd and get them to do your dirty work for you. And for the rest of your life, you see women who had beautiful, lavish proposals by men who genuinely loved them and took into consideration their cares, their wants, their needs, their desires. And you have the story of how you used the internet to embarrass him, so he was finally forced to give you a proposal. Ladies, all of you, including this young woman, are worth so much more. Don't fall into the sunk cost fallacy, okay? There's no such thing as wasting time. The only time you waste is with a man who doesn't love you. You can always start over. And when you see these women in dead-end situations asking for advice, tell them to leave. That's it. Like and follow for more.
Please, I want to know your take on this video and the conversation. Go down. I know you guys are going to eat this up. So go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. Love to know what you think about this down in the comment section, okay? But please keep it respectful. As always, here on this channel, we're allowed to disagree, but we do it in a respectful way. So go ahead and share your thoughts and be respectful, okay? So this video, like, I feel like this last creator talked about the reason why we share this type of content is so that young girls don't fall for this. And it's just so crazy how a lot of women, like, she already have 3 kids for him. She has been asking for this ring for the long time. One thing I always tell people, you guys know how I feel about marriage. I just feel like it doesn't serve us women, but that's it. But that aside, one thing I tell people, if a man wants to marry you, it's going to marry you. And some of you guys know my story. I dated my husband for 10 years before we got married. And that's not his own doing. That's my own doing. I remember my husband actually proposed to me twice. The first proposal, I gave him back the ring. I was like, this is not the right time. Chill. We're going to do it eventually. Just chill. And then 3 years down the line, it came up again, like, we have to do this. And we're like, okay, I'm not really doing anything. Let's do it. Okay. And that was it. And because I know some of you guys will be thinking, like, but Destiny, you waited 10 years. Da, 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 da. It was for me because the me in me was questioning marriage. The me in me was like, oh, God, is marriage a thing? Like, how, like, is this something I want to do? I was questioning, but because another thing is, it was just the next step to do. I was done with school. I was like, what else am I going to do? I'm with this man for this long. Okay, let's just do marriage. But like I said, if a man wants to do it, if a man wants to get married to you, he will get married to you. And the fact that this man said it to our face and said that, you know what, I don't have anybody yet that I want to get married, and she thinks it's a joke, or let's even say it's a joke. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. This man, and this is another thing, is that we as women, most of us, okay, when we were drinking the Kool-Aid, when we're still in the Kool-Aid era, when a man says something, we'll usually feel like, ah, ha, 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 especially if it's not something we want to hear. What is it? Ah, he's joking. He's not joking. He knows exactly what he's saying. He has said it. You are not his wife. He has not found the person to marry. So if he found the person to marry, he will buy the ring. And that is the cheapest of the cheapest ring, $128. And she's begging, and she has begged it prior years before. Just said, just give me the ring, give me the ring. And eventually he gave her the shut up ring. I feel like as women, and this is where I say, like, We need to put ourselves on a pedestal. And another person will say, well, how is she going to put herself in a pedestal? She already have 3 kids. And this is why I always preach here, or we always have this conversation here generally talking about how we have to be very intentional about how we move. This is something I saw in my society where a lot of women could not live toxic relationship, toxic marriage, because they already have children for this man. So they are just ready to put up with anything. And most men, in their head, they know that once you have their children, you're not going anywhere, especially Nigerian men. They feel, who is going to want you with children? So some men intentionally will get you pregnant to have their children so that you have nowhere to go. They're not even going to give you a ring. They're not going to give you a shut up ring. You're just going to be a baby mama. And this is why I always preach, because I feel like this woman, if this woman was, she's actually single, but if this woman didn't have kids, 3 kids, that's a lot of kids for her to say, you know what, I'm not doing it again. That's a lot of kids, a lot of kids. And I understand that sentiment, that fear from her. That's a lot of kids, 3 kids, for you to say, okay, you're not doing it again. You just have to just sit down and just hope and wish and pray that one day he brings this ring. I get it. But just imagine that this woman didn't have those 3 kids and this type of video went viral. The man will not even say it like that to her, but because the man knows, he said it that way. Tell me if she will not live. Tell me if she will not live. But yeah, she already went ahead to have kids. And this is where I always say here on this channel that if you want to have kids, as much as yes, well, there are some of us that don't want to have kids, we're enjoying our child-free life. If you choose to have kids, especially as a woman, have it because you want it, not because you want to keep it, not because you want to make your relationship stronger, because that's also another Delulu impression they give her. They're like, oh, when you have kids with this man, it's just going to make your relationship stronger. No. They said that a lot. In fact, somebody still said it to me a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. That maybe if you and your husband have a child, it's just going to even make this love even more stronger. No. No. If it's not strong, that it's not going to be strong with a child there. So a lot of women do that. And yeah, like, just let's do better as women. Let's put ourselves first. Let's be very intentional about our life. Let's stop that fear of say, oh, be alone. I can't be alone. No. It's okay. It's fine. I'm a married woman, and the way I crave for my loneliness and the way I get my lonely space, like, you can't trade it for anything. Especially when you're growing older. Even my husband knows. So yeah, guys, if a man wants to put a ring on it, he will put a ring on it. And if a man shows you who he is and what he is, stop making excuses for them. Cut it. And that friend that keeps coming to talk about their man, and they are not ready to take your advice, just be watching, just be looking at them like this. No, because they are not going anywhere. Anyway, guys, please go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. Love to know what you think about this amazing conversation down in the comment section. But please keep it respectful as always. Here on this channel, we're allowed to disagree, but do it in a respectful way. Go on and share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversation. So go ahead and share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push out my content for more people to see, and that will be you supporting this channel and this girl. Yeah, so go ahead and do that. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Deuces.